Hi, and welcome back. This is my friend Dawn.
This is my friend Lisa.
And we're the Codependent Knitters coming from
Sarnia,
Ontario.
Yeah. If you're new to our channel and just watching us for the first time, thanks for joining. And if you're coming back, thanks for coming back.
Yeah. So, we are episode 20. I feel like we've grown up.
Episode 20.
I know.
Our podcasts aren't as frequent right now because just of summer and vacation schedules and everything else. And so we managed to slip this one in between our holidays.
Yes, exactly. And it's been a coordinating nightmare.
We've actually seen each other a lot the last week. We have some company that's mutual friends that are staying with us, our friend Shauna.
Yeah.
And it's been really busy and everyone's out of the house tonight.
And it's
so
busy, go, and it's awesome. Yeah. Like it's
been a good week.
It's been really good.
So
really
we're
busy.
squeezing this in hopefully before people return home and start making noise in the house.
So there's a big ruckus. We're out of here.
All right. So where should we start?
I think we should hear about your vacay.
My vacay.
I've heard about some of it.
She's heard about parts of it.
Yeah.
My vacation was back to Manitoba. So we moved here from Manitoba 5 years ago. And we haven't really been back to kind of for a vacation, like to go see everyone.
No.
Yeah. So,
now your mom's come to visit.
Yeah, we've had people come visit us. So my son and I flew to Winnipeg, and my husband was working in Minnesota, so he met us there.
I love that.
And then we began sort of the great Manitoba adventure. So we were in Winnipeg for a few days, and I got to see a bunch of friends there.
Yeah.
Then we went to Brandon, where my husband's family is from, or the Brandon area. One sister lives in Brandon, and then one sister is on a farm that actually doesn't have an address. Like, there's coordinates. So it's they're in a farm out in the country, south of Brandon, and his mom is northwest of Brandon. And I was actually going to try and connect with Jenny and Dina from
I remember you saying
A Tale of Two Knitters, and it didn't work out. We were only there for a few days, and I didn't have a separate vehicle, and we were out on the farm, and it was just But it would have been nice to just meet them while I was out there. So I did not. Sorry, girls. And then we went to the PA, where my family is from, and all the people are out of the house. Okay, sit down and be quiet. We went to the PA, where my family is, and we were there for about 5 or 6 days. Then we stopped in Dauphin, Manitoba on the way back south, and stayed overnight with some good friends there. And then back to Winnipeg. And actually, the first time we were in Winnipeg, we went out to Kenora, Ontario for an overnight stay at a cottage at a beautiful Schnarr Lake. So then the second trip, we were just going to stay overnight before we headed home. And they were heading out to a different friend's cottage. So they said, come stay an extra night and come out to the cottage. So we did that.
Oh, nice.
So our trip home then was really fast because we had
time to make up, and people are coming. People are coming.
A 20-hour drive that we had to do over 2 days. So I didn't stop at any other yarn shops on the way home because it was Sunday. Most of the trip was Sunday.
Right.
Everything's
you
closed.
Can't anyway.
So I did, however, go to 2 at the beginning of our trip.
You did?
Yeah. So in Winnipeg, I went to Wolseley Wool. And lucky Winnipeggers, it's a beautiful yarn shop. And I went with my sister Marianne and had a look at a lot of things there. And I knew ahead of time that they had Manos del Uruguay, Alegria Grande. So everyone knows, if you've been watching, Alegria is my
go-to.
One of my favorite sock yarns. It's so soft. Not that I've knit a lot of socks with it. I've knit shawls and stuff with it, but it is so soft. So I wanted to try the Grande, which is worsted. So the friends we were staying with, Asher graduated from grade 8, and he's a pretty cool kid, and he likes my knitting, and he's knit-worthy, and he will treat wool with respect. And he got a really awesome longboard, and he likes bright colors. So I sent him pictures of different yarn from Woolsey Wool to pick one to make a hat. Luckily he picked worsted and he picked the grande. So this is called Huarache. So it's called Huarache. It's the Alegria Grande. And that's how you spell the colorway.
That is a wild colorway.
And it's kind of everything. It's got blues and greens and purples and pinks and yellow and orange and coral.
It's kind of like
it's
rainbow, but not.
It's muted rainbow.
That's a good one. It's like a muddy rainbow.
So I just knit him just a basic slouch hat. And
but he looks so happy in the pictures.
He loved it.
Oh,
it was
good.
like high 20s, so like 80s. And he wore it like for the couple days straight that we were out of the lake.
So it's knit-worthy.
It's knit-worthy. So it knit up really
it's
quick.
knit-worthy.
I used I'm pretty sure a 4mm needle because I didn't
Okay.
have a lot of needles with me. And I think I used my, I'm pretty sure, the Knitter's
Knit
Pride,
Yep.
my Knitter's Pride interchangeables.
Nice.
And I can't remember how many stitches I cast on. I think, I'm going to guess 90-ish. I don't know if I wrote it down. I can't find anywhere. But I just did, about 2 inches of ribbing and then knit till it was
So it's one of those
long enough.
make it
A
up as you
basic
go
slouch hat.
along.
Yeah, I mean, basically you just do the ribbing. I think I did do a couple of increases in the first round after the ribbing just
Okay.
to make it fuller for a slouch.
Very
So
cool. It's nice
there's
though.
a little bit left. I'll put a picture in here. So that's Asher's hat and he loved it. And this is amazing, amazing yarn. Like grande, yay. Grande, yay.
Yay.
It's so amazing. So if you can get your hands on that, give it a try. I mean, they do have tonals. If you can get a store with a good selection or if you can order online. They do have some tonals. They also have some amazing colorways.
It is beautiful. It's
so
gorgeous.
soft.
Like, it's-
Yeah. So that was fantastic. Also at Woolsey Wool, I don't want this to be a big shopping podcast, so I'm just going to briefly touch on a few things. I didn't see Dina from A Tale of Two Knitters, but she has started dyeing Mammoth Yarn Studio.
You showed me that already, and that color kind of surprises me for you.
I know, but I love it.
I didn't say it was.
So
it
Woolsey
just-
Wool
yeah.
carries her yarn, and this is called Atlantis, after port at Nassau, Bahamas. She's done a line where she's named
They
it
have pink
after
sand.
cruises.
They have pink
Do
sand.
they?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. So the color's really good here. It's like a corally, pinky, peachy. There's nice light tones. It's a
It's beautiful. It is
beautiful
very gorgeous.
85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. It's her deluxe sock base. It is beautifully soft. The other yarn I bought, because I've been seeing it all over Instagram, and I've been like dying to see it in person, and I did. So Cog Yarns, Bradley Cooper Eyes.
Oh,
Like, who
that's
doesn't
nice.
love Bradley Cooper? If you don't love Bradley Cooper, I'm not sure we can be friends. Well, okay, maybe, but don't tell me that you don't love Bradley Cooper. I love Bradley Cooper.
Keep it a secret.
This is the hand-dyed sock yarn, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, Bradley Cooper eyes, and this kind of aqua turquoisey color is my jam, so I just had to get Bradley Cooper eyes. It matches. That Yeti may have to stay here. And then the other thing I found there that I hadn't seen anywhere yet is this duo by
That's a
Hand
cool
Maiden
idea.
Yarn. So it's an angel hair. It's a combo. There's one skein. They're twisted together. So it's, if I can, here, I can untwist them. It's one skein of a single ply merino, fingering weight. Here. Okay. And then a dyed to match skein of mohair. And they've just twisted them together so it looks like this super jumbo, but they're totally separate skeins, so you can wind them separately. And
You could do some really cool stuff with that one.
well, you can hold them together, which right now is like the thing, right? Holding
I would just like to
mohair.
hold them.
just hold them. Just
Can I
it's a
have one?
beautiful pillow. Here, I couldn't decide on a color because there was this light pale bluey color or this, so I got both.
I just want to hold one.
So you can hold them together, or there are patterns that alternate. So an example is Birds of a Feather by Andrea Mowry.
Yeah, that's fun.
There are others. It takes more yarn than this, but that's an example. And the groovy that I'm doing mine in Hedgehog, but instead of using a single yarn, I'm actually alternating sections with a a merino, and a mohair.
That's nice.
They're nice, aren't they? So these are my handmaiden. A lot of yarn shops sell the handmaiden. You can also buy it online. They're Canadian. They have, I think, very, very fair pricing. And if you're in the United States, it's a really good deal for you because you get a great exchange rate on Canadian right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so
it's gorgeous.
The combo is
beautiful.
called the Aura Bundle. I should show that. The Aura Bundle, handmaiden.
Yay!
Yeah. So those were my finds at Woolsey Wool.
Very cool.
And then while I was up north, in my hometown, there is also a craft store.
I love those little craft stores.
It's, you know what? It's a very small community. And I know the store has been up for sale for a while. I hope it continues to exist because they have a little bit of everything. So they have a very good selection of yarn. It's all Red Heart yarn. Okay. They have a really good corner of like good quality and beautiful prints of quilting fabric. Oh, and there's a really good quilting community up there. So
because they all need to stay warm.
Yeah. Quilting, like lots of quilting up there. So quilting, I say up there because it's northern Manitoba. And they're like 600 kilometers from the biggest city. So it's, you know, you can't just drive an hour and pick up supplies. They have yarn, they have stitching stuff. She said they actually do a lot of sales in the stitching supplies, like the floss.
Yeah.
And so she had some stitching kits. So I took a few pictures of the store, and I think I'll just put a few in here and just give you a break from us talking and show you a few pictures of that store. One other interesting thing that happened, so Marianne and I stopped in at a co-op grocery store. So if you're not familiar with co-ops, I know they're a big thing on the prairies, but you basically pay.
It's kind of like Mountain Equipment Co-op.
Yeah, you pay a small fee for a membership, and you get a membership number.
Yeah.
And there are gas bars, and there are grocery / department stores, depending on the community you're in. So when you make a purchase, you give them your number, and at the end of the year, you get a percentage of profits are returned to members, right? You get a rebate. So this co-op store had yarn. Like, you know in the corner where they usually have the little floral corner?
Yeah.
There was this yarn. Like, we weren't expecting it. We were in there just to grab a few groceries. That's cool. It was amazing. And it wasn't like they had Noro.
Did you take a picture?
I did take a picture.
Good girl. Good job.
So there was Noro, there was, I'm going to forget them all now. Like just
stuff you didn't expect in a grocery store.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not just acrylic.
Yeah,
they had
not
just a few little things. So that was kind of cool.
Though. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm thinking there must be a knitter involved in running that store, right? That decided to put a yarn corner in there.
Or a knitter's friend, obviously.
Or a knitter's friend. So that was my trip up north. My friend Shirley and I organized a little knit together night.
Oh, so that must have been a blast. Yeah. Was it good? Hi, Shirley.
It was. Hi, Shirley. So some of the ladies that follow us from up there were out at the lake or away on vacation and couldn't come. But a few of us went, and my mom and her friend Margie and Shirley and Penny. Penny has started yarn dyeing, and Shirley's knit with some of her yarns.
Nice.
And then my friend Carol stopped by too. So there was a few of us. I didn't take a picture because initially I thought, you know why? There was one person not there yet.
We always do that.
I know. Oh, we're so bad. You think we had a podcast or something. And so one person wasn't there yet. And I thought, okay, I'll wait till she gets here. And then I'll take a picture of everyone.
Okay.
And then completely forgot. But I took a little carry-on size suitcase with, I took knitting thinking maybe it'll be cool enough to wear it up north. No, it was hot. The whole place. Like in the 90s hot.
Excuse me.
So we just sat and talked knitting, and it was a really good evening.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a blast.
Yeah, I just have a picture of Shirley and I from that evening.
You know what we forgot to mention about in your holiday?
Yeah.
My
major yarn haul. So this isn't purchase. This is like, while we were in the pod, I was doing a little bit of organizing for my mom, and she's got one storage closet that she had a whole bunch of like just bags of yarn piled in there. So what happened was my mom's cousin, I think a few years ago, unfortunately had to, due to medical reasons, she was unable to continue knitting. Yep. And she was a prolific knitter with a very large stash and, a lot of quality yarn. So she gave a bunch to my mom and a bunch to my cousin's wife. So we visited my cousin and his wife while I was up north, and she said, "You know what? Come and look at all of this yarn."
Stash dive.
Because she said, "I'll never use it all. I don't even know what to do with some of it." And so we go through these totes of yarn she has. There were, I don't know, 15 to 20 balls of Lopi. And this is yarn that she was saying, I'm not going to use this. I would never use that. And I'm like, okay, you can't get rid of the Lopi, even though it's not yarn I love, the really rough yarn. So I basically took a garbage bag of yarn from my cousins, right? And my husband's like, where are we going to put this all in the truck? And then at my mom's, I'm cleaning out, and I didn't know how much she had. I organized into piles of like things.
Okay, so can we just show them the label? The label cracks me up.
There were several balls of Croy. Look at this label.
Anybody remember that label?
Like this is like, and this is, how some Croy now is kind of thick? This is really fine.
It's made in Canada.
Yep. Distributed in the US.
Out of South Carolina, but it's made in Canada.
Yep. So
that's so funny.
Peyton's Croy. So there's basically this much. Isn't that crazy? And it's not all
Croy. You're gonna be like all socked forever.
There's also this is the sheep cheese wool, Invicta, which is also a sock yarn.
That's cool.
75% new wool, 25% not superwash, and 25% nylon. This is a navy, and it's just a beautiful rich navy. Nice. The cream is all, I think there was a full bag, so it's all the same dye lot. Nice. So I'm thinking, hang on, it's gonna be noisy. I'm thinking I could do color work. I could do like a mosaic color work with the navy and the cream.
That'd be pretty.
Or for color work mitts. Like all that.
There's tons of stuff you can do.
So there's that bag. 7 more bags of those big Ziploc bags of other yarns. So I'll put a picture in. So it's not all Croy. There's about 2 bags that are all Briggs and Little. And I think she must have bought every single colorway one year because they're all like just a shade off. Like there's no 2 alike.
Oh, that's cool. Briggs
and Little, and then there's a few balls that they're not Briggs and Little, but they're very similar. I know. It's all on the floor piled behind us. Like you can't walk in my office. There's a whole bag that's like a superwash DK type weight. It's just a little crazy. Right. So I have yarn. What am I going to do? I don't use that rustic kind of yarn. I thought I could make a blanket. What? Oh, you'd use it? Yes, you may need to be able to borrow some. Well, I could do like just a big blanket, like a big wool.
That'd be nice,
blanket,
actually.
Which would be
if you can knit with it.
If I can knit with it, it's pretty. It's the Briggs and Little is
it's
moderate.
Nice. You know what? The Briggs and Little.
I bought Jameson. I have Jameson in my stash that I bought to make a hat, a colorwork hat. So yeah.
Depends on what you're gonna make with it.
Now I have. I just couldn't, my mom wasn't going to use it. So it's either she was going to donate it to the thrift store. Yeah. And I'm like, Lopi? No, you just can't. So someday my grandchildren may be going through my closet finding, oh my gosh.
I know, right?
I'll do something with it, or I'll, give some to friends here and there, and we'll figure it out. But yeah, so these big giant Ziploc bags, I was like laying on top of them on the floor trying to squish the air out, right? And zip them up, because in the truck we could fit them, like, the suitcases only stand, there's this much room, right? So we could fit them in places in the truck.
That's too funny.
Crazy. So yeah, that was my great yarn haul.
Be thankful you have a truck.
That's for sure.
Very cool.
So that was our trip.
Yeah. That's all right. You had a great time.
And I missed you.
I know, I missed you too.
We went, as soon as I got home, she sent me a note. Knitting tomorrow?
Yes. And Dawn, I missed you too. Dawn's not a hugger.
I'm not a hugger.
She's not a hugger, and that's okay. We can
hug.
accept her.
She had to
And
hug
it was
me.
funny because she met me at the burger place, and I'm like, brace yourself, I need a hug. I got one though.
I got a hug.
Yeah.
So, let's get down to like the real guts of this podcast.
That's the glory.
Knit-alongs.
Okay.
A quick update because we have some more prizes to show you.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the stuff you can't wear,
Okay.
make along,
Yep.
which is anything you can't wear.
Okay.
We've left it open-ended for a while.
Yeah,
and
we
we
did.
will occasionally pull prizes from there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we pulled one last time, didn't we?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
we didn't prepare anything for this time, but we'll do
No.
one again at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff you can't wear. There's some really cool stuff. Like somebody's
making blankets.
Oh, did you see that one?
I know, right?
I just saw it last night. Her gauge
Yep.
is like precision.
I know.
It looks like it could have been knit on a machine. It just
Yep.
looks perfect. It's an amazing blanket. And someone did a Swiffer, like
Yep,
a
that
Swiffer,
was
a
a cool
reusable
idea.
Swiffer pad. That's cool.
And there's somebody making more than one blanket. I think she's making.
She made two.
No,
I can't remember her username.
Sorry. Sorry.
So if you go on our Ravelry group, Codependent Knitters,
Mm-hmm.
you can see the thread and you can have a look at all the finished
Mm-hmm.
projects, or it's just a chat thread. So if you have a work in progress, go ahead and post a picture. We'd love to see it
Yeah,
and
no,
talk
that'd
about
be
it.
awesome.
Yeah. So anyone can join that, and it's knit or crochet, or weave if you weave. So just anything that's not a garment, something functional like blankets, or there's someone who did a grocery bag.
Yeah, they were nice too.
Yeah,
I like
dishcloths, all kinds of things. I'm holding that yarn. I keep whacking it around.
Mhm.
The Love Local. So that is our make along, where it's
This is one of my favorites.
me too. We did it last year and it was a big success, and there are so many entries. It's exciting.
Yeah.
So the idea is just quickly
Local.
materials bought from a small business / independent dyer / local business / Etsy shop, not big box chain craft
Yep.
or department
And
stores.
then extra if you use a pattern by an indie designer.
An independently published pattern. Then you can post twice in the FO thread and get 2 entries. There's a few people who posted only once. So Shirley Barbeau, you're one of them.
Shirley,
Shirley,
come on.
You posted my cowl. You can do a second entry.
Because you know what? She's local.
And her hat. You did Jody's hat. Jody from Grocery Girls.
Yeah.
Shirley did Jody's hat. So if you did an entry and didn't post twice because it's an independently published pattern, go ahead and put a second entry in, because you get 2 entries for that. So that's going to go on until, we had said end of July. And just before we started this, we thought, okay, it's almost the end of July. And we're just loving it. We didn't give that enough time. So we're
No, I
going to
don't think
extend
we
it.
did.
And we have a lot of prizes for that one. So we're going to extend that to the end of August.
Yep.
And then we can draw for prizes when we're all back from vacation and ready to go again. So speaking of the prizes, you've seen before,
That's
our local yarn shop, Heaven is Handmade, donated a skein of totally inked yarn.
which is locally dyed.
MCN base.
It's locally dyed.
Oh, I said totally inked yarn. I don't have her new card.
changed it.
She's now Blue Water Fiber Arts. So this is her new card on a different skein of yarn. Blue Water Fiber Arts.
Mm-hmm.
So follow her on Etsy and or on Instagram, and she has a Facebook group, and she's been coming up with a whole bunch of new colorways.
Did you see all of those the other day?
Amazing. So this is Cemetery Row, and this is one of the Sarnia colorways. So she's doing a line of exclusive colorways, just for sale only in. I shouldn't say that. She has had a few available in her shop, but you can get them in our local yarn shop, Heaven is Handmade. So you could win a skein of her MCN base in Cemetery Row. It's gorgeous. Her MCN base is beautiful. And they also threw in a few little notions. So there's scissors and stitch markers and a little sheep measuring tape. So that's from our local yarn shop. Thank you, ladies. And then Adrian donated a skein of yarn. So Adrian of Old Oak Yarns, our good friend Adrian. And it's all wrapped up for a gift, but we showed it in a previous one, and this is how it looks.
This is how it looks knit out.
So it's got the aqua turquoise color, white and gray.
And it's called Worth the Drive.
Worth the Drive. So this Lisa knit this up. We'll show it again in the FO section. But there's a skein of that donated by Adrian.
And it's awesome. Like I thought it was really cool the way it ended up.
Yeah.
That's the way I knit.
And we have 2 new prizes. And
We
these
do.
came into me last week.
Thank you.
Kelly, who's a local maker, has the Tangled Stitch shop. And she's on Etsy. But that's not close enough. There we go.
There you go. Look at that.
We'll take it way back, okay? She's on Instagram. She's an excellent sewer, stitcher. Yep. Knitter. So this is her scrappy sack. So she just takes different scraps of fabric and quilts them all together. So they're one of a kind. And it has a zip in the middle. So you can lay it flat on the table.
Nice.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's like a little bowl for your notions.
That is so cool.
And the other one, if you all read, if you want
Oh,
to show.
Vanna for today.
This is the peekaboo pouch. So she's got some clear vinyl and you can see what's inside there. Yep, has a little window. I look at those. These are like
That's
little.
so cute.
They're little sheep that looks like balls of yarn.
And there's balls of
And there's-
yarn,
yeah.
and then there's a little sheep that looks
So
like...
cute. Yeah.
There I am. Yay.
So these are also going to be prizes for the Love Local.
You know what? I like the color zipper she uses. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of an accent zipper as opposed to...
Coordinating. Yep.
Very cool. Yay.
So thank you very
Thank you
much,
very,
Kelly.
very much.
We have shown Kelly's stuff in the past because she also makes the or
Yes.
the essential oil bags with the I think it's rice inside or
Either
grain.
that or flaxseed or something. Yeah.
Some kind of a seed or a grain inside. So you can warm them up and use them for an eye pillow, and they have essential oils. She's given us some of those in the past
Yep.
for prizes, and she also sells
love
those.
mine.
And they're
Love it.
gorgeous. So that's that knit along. And then we have our Be a Fade. Be very a fade. So that's running till the end of August. I am just getting back to progress on mine. So we should just tie into our whips now, because that's what we're getting into. Okay. So whips. So this is my Be a Fade whip, which I haven't touched in
It's
a while,
gorgeous.
and I've just picked it up again. So my very first color, which
I don't know how I can help you.
is here. You hold. This was my
Okay, so
first
this is
color.
the first color.
Be a Fade by Andrew Mowry.
Well, I'm going to hold the first color.
It's an asymmetrical triangle. There's the first color, which is, I'm just going to hold this up close. You can see the pinks, very, very subtle pale. This is Bare Ass by Whimsical Wood Yarn Co. You know who's carrying her in Canada?
I don't know, but it's a funny name.
Hippie Strings in Sexsmith, Alberta.
Oh,
They have her in
nice.
stock, her ass line. So she has other colorways
Patooties.
in that line. And she's got amazing colorways. So
They're
yeah,
that's
you can't
gorgeous.
get this in
Okay.
Canada.
So where's the second color?
This is by Adrian, Old Oak Yarns, and it is called My Neighbor's Garden.
Isn't that
And
gorgeous?
these, look how well these faded, because they're so similar. Like you can, it's a really nice transition.
Here. Yep.
And then the next color is also by Adrian.
It's a little bit higher contrast, but I really like it.
Yeah.
You know, like
So it's Vintage
I'm gonna
Vineyard.
show this
Look
side.
at how good the colors are showing here. This is perfect.
We
So this
need
is
to-
Vintage Vineyard.
Maybe we need to podcast at night more often.
I know. Also by Old Oak Yarns. This was her Kitchener Show colorway last year.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if she's still making it, but she can. So if you really love it, ask her to make it. And I've just started fading it in. And because it's more of a contrast, I think what I'm going to do is do one more garter section, about that much more, where I stripe them and then go to the darker. Because it's quite a bit darker.
I like that idea.
Right?
I do.
So it just doesn't look like color blocking. It'll look maybe a little more gradual. So I'm going to do that.
Very cool. Yay.
This is a super easy knit. I know I'm a little slow on the fade train, and a lot of people have done them already, but if you haven't, the Find Your Fade is a big one that calls for
Yes. 1600.
five colors at least.
No, 7.
7 different colors.
I think
So,
so.
I mean, you can see here,
I was looking at it.
even with this one, this is my first color. Like I could easily get a full pair of socks out of these.
Oh yeah.
So there's lots left. So that was Find Your Fade, which I think was her first one. Free Your Fade is 3 colors. Calls for 3 colors. You could do more. Absolutely.
You could keep going
you could use
however
up, you could
big
use
you
up,
want, yeah.
like use up scraps and stuff, right? Use up your leftovers, whatever you want to do. So it's a little bit of a smaller version, because I didn't want a great big huge shawl. So
I'd like a big,
I am going to finish
like
this.
a huge one.
I'm going to finish this
huddle
for our
into.
knit along.
You go, girl.
I'm going to. You know what I'll keep going because we're talking about whips. And because I didn't mention
Uh-oh.
The big whip for our vacations, right?
Yeah.
So we both decided to do the European road trip shawl by Spastrico. And mine, this is how much I did. It is a giant parallelogram. So it starts at the corner. You increase. Now I'm not quite as wide in stitch, like I did just like, I don't know, 10 or 12 stitches less. I was going to make it more narrow and then decided that I did in fact want to make it a little bit wider. And so I kept going and then stopped when I thought it was wide enough and counted, and I'm like 130-ish stitches instead of 144. Like, isn't it? It's called Wisp. So the yarn.
It looks good on everybody.
It does look good on us. We're coordinated today.
I know. Do you ever notice we match?
Yeah.
Or matchy-matchy.
Okay. This is the Call for yarn. It is Sylph by Jade Sapphire.
Product of Scotland.
Exotic fibers. And it is 58% cashmere, 42% linen.
I know, right?
Espastrico sells these. They actually were doing kits for this pattern. We ended up sourcing it. We live on the border of the United States, so we ended up sourcing it from
Fabulous
Yarn in the States.
Yarns, yeah.
And just because it saved us a little bit of money. And it's a spendy project, but if you want a really beautiful summer weight yarn, this is amazing. Like it's linen can be crunchy, and it does soften when you soak it and wear it, and like feel the end.
It's amazing.
Where it's been handled more.
Yeah,
it's already so soft. Gorgeous.
All
so
right.
I'm just started my third ball.
Okay.
We have 4 balls. We explained that in a previous episode. We each have 4. I'm probably going to go into a fifth because I decided to make it wider, and we were going to make it narrower where we would have had enough yarn, and I've decided, so I'm going to order 1 more ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, no.
What?
You want me to talk about this?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I bought this at Knit Stitch just because I like the yarn. It is a Holst yarn called Coast. And it is the
base is Coast because they make others, I think.
Yeah, they make other yarns. They make super soft and stuff. So this is charcoal, and it feels amazing. I love it, love it, love it.
It's a cotton.
It's like a cotton wool blend.
It's a cotton wool blend, like 50-50?
Similar. I'm not exactly sure. I can look it up.
We don't have the ball band with us. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
But it's really nice.
But I would be tempted to make one of those in this.
Absolutely.
And I'm actually making a shirt. Did you see my shirt?
Yeah, so show us what you're making. This is the Lena sweater.
Yeah, see, isn't that cute?
It's
Almost
really
done
cute.
because there's no sleeves.
Oh, is it a sleeveless?
Yeah, it's like a short.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just like a sleeveless jobby.
It's like a little t-shirt.
Yeah, and I'm using metal needles because that's what I had, and this is a 2.5?
3.25 for the body.
3.25, and then a 3 for the...
No, do you use a smaller one for the ribbing or a bigger one?
Well, we used a smaller one for the ribbing, but... sorry, this is not ribbing, it's garter stitch, actually.
Okay. For the edging?
It's got garter on the edge, and then it's got a garter detail up by your neck across your shoulders. And they tell you to switch to a smaller needle to do the garter because garter does...
Okay.
Take
So I have here that you used a 3.75 for the body.
Yeah.
And a 3.25 for the sections it tells you to.
Yeah.
And that's Lena, and it's by...
Matter Made, Carrie Bostitch Hogue.
Hoge.
Yeah. So again, it's available on Ravelry. It's easy. It hasn't taken me much time.
No.
But this Coast has only taken me so far 2 balls.
Okay, so the Coast
to
yarn
get this far
is
383 yards.
For
50
like
grams.
Canadian, $8.
Yeah.
We are able to buy it at Knit Stitch in London.
Yep.
This would be an absolutely like a $40 cost to make the European road trip shawl.
And it would feel amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This would totally be a beautiful yarn for it.
I think that, you know what, because of the cotton. Yeah, because the cotton, the drape is really nice. I'd be tempted to make it in a strange color for me.
They have some beautiful colors.
Do you know what I mean? Like maybe a bright blue or something different
for $40
than gray.
Like for that price, you can
make a couple.
Exactly, right?
But yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I'm really happy the way that
I initially was going to use this yarn, and then second guessed myself.
And now that I feel that it's been stuck in the bag, crunched up in the bag, it's really soft. Speaking of bags, can I show them my bag?
You can show them your bag.
Okay, so I have a good friend who's a bag maker.
Scooch over a little bit.
Which way?
This way to me. Okay. There.
I have a good friend who's a bag maker. And
Sometimes.
my mom ordered a specific fabric and talked to Dawn. And Dawn actually made me a custom bag. So this is actual Harris tweed. Ordered from, oh, there's cat hair on it, sorry.
Yeah, her mom special ordered Harris tweed online.
Online, and it comes with little tags.
They gave us a couple of tags to use.
So
there were 3 different fabrics that your mom ordered.
Herringbone.
Yeah,
yes.
This is a gray herringbone.
Guess who picked this one?
And I went fabric shopping with her, and she chose a black denim bottom.
Yeah.
And her lining, you chose the lining.
I chose the lining. It's all me.
It's actually really cute. I like it. It's a
It
shirting.
kind of reminds me, like, it's men's shirting.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me of a suit.
Yeah.
You know. And I wanted the denim. I was very specific about the denim on the back because when you put things down, I didn't want it to pill.
Yeah. You want to treat that Harris tweed with a little kindness.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
She did such a great job. And a little top.
So this is a custom order. This isn't available in my shop. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna close the door because people came home.
Yeah.
And it's a little
So yeah, that's my bag, and it's beautiful. She made me 2, and I love them. I think she did such an amazing job. Yeah.
I love the color that your mom picked.
The blue. It's nice.
It's a aqua blue.
It's like aqua with navy.
It's
and then
gorgeous, and it's a herringbone print too.
Yep, same print.
Yeah,
very cool. So yeah,
okay, so that's your whip.
That's
Eeny, okay,
no,
so
that was we're doing works in progress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whip. That's what a whip is.
Oh, check it out. Just kidding.
What else have you got? Because yours is handy.
Okay.
What are you knitting on right now?
What am I knitting on right now? This is cashmere and what MCN that somebody bought, and we had it done, and she had it done in a special
this is the one I ordered from Adrian.
Yes, it is.
So it's her Old Oak Yarns MCN base.
Mm-hmm. And you can see like a little bit of blue.
Now we're getting weird. Oh, there, you can just catch it there.
Yeah, it's
here.
It's all up in here.
It's a tonal gray with some
spikes,
aqua flecks in it.
Little spikes of blue in there.
I should have grabbed my skein. I could show it.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
I'll pause.
Oh, we're back. I love the differences. Like when you hold that one up.
Okay, so this is how it came in the skein. So here you can see the flecks right there. Oh, that's good lighting.
Yeah. So
yeah.
And then
cake.
Do this. And you can see it, like you can still see it a bit.
Yeah.
My cake kind of got messed up.
The light. The light's coming from there. So if you put it here.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
And then knit up. I don't know why. I love it when you can see it all the different ways.
Oh, there.
Yeah. So see, it's just kind of a...
Nice.
It's beautiful. It's soft.
So that's a sockhead cowl.
That's a sockhead cowl. And
by Judy McClure.
Yeah. Boho Knits.
And you're using a
3.5.
3.5 millimeter.
Yep.
And kind of like the sockhead hat, only you just keep going.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like do you use the whole skein when you make
You can use as much as you want. The pattern's free. It's on Ravelry, and she
Okay.
explains how to measure.
But you've made that cowl before. Do
you
typically
want to see it?
Wait, she's got another one we'll show later. Do you typically use the whole skein though? Or do you stop a little bit less?
I stop a little bit less
When
just because I don't want it too big.
Well, it would bunch.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I have a surprise for you.
What?
I'm going to try again.
She posted a picture on Instagram of socks. And I was like, what? You quit socks.
I know, but you know what? I love them so much. But I just, so little socks.
Those are cute.
So, yeah.
Also nice colors.
Thank you.
Okay, you're doing magic loop 2 at a time.
2 at a time. Those are 2.5.
The Chow
Goo.
Red lace.
Yeah.
What's the yarn?
It is Prose by Universal Yarns.
Hey, look, it's got flex in it. This one.
It does. The light color has a little bit of flex in it.
That.
So yeah, it's kind of cool.
Universal Yarns Prose.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
I think it's Prose is the wide square. Yeah, the wide. And then there's Strata, which is this.
I like these wide stripes because you get to see so much more of the color.
Yeah.
I like that.
Very cool.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm gonna try again.
Good for you.
See how that goes.
What kind of heel are you gonna do?
I think I might just
do a regular heel.
I don't know. Do a regular heel or leave it until I can get some supervision.
Okay. So a good time for me to talk about my socks.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, 'cause you fixed those.
yeah, these are almost a finished pair. And I was going to finish them off yesterday, and then I thought, no, I wanted to wait and stop at the heel to talk about it on our podcast.
Okay, cool.
So you saw this one before, because I think I had finished one on our last episode.
Yep.
So this is hedgehog fiber, and it was a
Highlighter.
no, it was a sock.
You got it from Adrian.
Yeah, I just had it here.
It's a sock
It was
club.
a sock club colorway from a few years ago, and Adrian was destashing, and I forget the name of it.
Wasn't it highlighter?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, it's not available because it was a sock club colorway. I'm totally blowing on the name. Anyways, Boombox? No, that's something else. Whatever it was, it does have like really cool highlighter yellow and some magenta. You can kind of.
Magenta's kind of getting
I did a
lost.
shorty sock, like an ankle sock, and I did the afterthought heel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the reason I stopped was because you ran into trouble before on an afterthought heel with the cutting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer waist yarn.
Yeah. So I did that on a different sock, but on this one I didn't do waist yarn. So I just knit the tube down to the toe.
Yep.
And then I go back, and where I put the heel in, you weave your needle through, like pick up one leg of each stitch all the way across.
Yeah.
I use 2 because I'm going to knit on 4. So I do half the stitches and half the stitches, right?
Okay.
And then you skip a row and you weave needles through the next row. Okay. Then when I use 2, the nice thing is I can fold it in the center, and then because you're going to cut the row in the middle. And what I do is I just take my other DPN and I pull up. So you can see there's one row in between them. And I pull up, and it's kind of hard to see, you can see it there. I pull up that loop of that middle row that I need to cut. And that way I can really pull it because I've folded it here. And then I'll snip that, and then you unravel to each edge.
Okay.
So that you snip in the middle so that you have,
Even.
I'm way off to the side. I hope people can see that. I'm going to do that over by the camera. Okay. There's the loop I pulled up. So you cut that loop, and I could do it right now. Do you have scissors? Here, I got scissors.
No, they don't let me have sharp objects.
These aren't sharp scissors. I hope I can get at it.
Those are like my safety
This could
scissors.
go wrong.
My eyeballs, my eyeballs.
You just get in there with scissors and cut that loop. Then you can unravel that
Oh, one by one type of thing.
half, to the end of the row on each side, so that you have a piece long enough to weave in on each
Okay, that's
edge.
cool. That's
So
a
you
good
cut in
idea.
the middle. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first time you do it, it's a little bit. You know what? If you're not sure, knit a little swatch, run the needles through, and cut a row in between. Like, you could practice. But the alternative is what Lisa's doing now, and I've done it too. I did it just on a sock I did yesterday, and that's you do scrap yarn.
Now the other alternative is the one that Noelle was talking about, where she basically takes waist yarn and runs it through the row, so she just has to follow the waist yarn through, and then she cuts it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
just-
she almost like putting a lifeline in.
Yeah, she puts a lifeline in where she wants.
So you don't have the
heel to
needles
be.
in the way.
Right. So
And
then,
if the needles are awkward for you, that's another way to do it too.
so she does
Yeah.
that, and she puts a
And
lifeline
then she picks
in.
them up. And so you leave that row in the middle to cut, and then you're basically going to have your front and your back of your heel. Okay. So you did, or you're going to do the waist yarn method. So what you do is when you get to where you want the heel, so you have to know where you're going to put the heel ahead of time. So when you get to where you want to start the heel, you take on the back side where your heel is going to be, you take some waist yarn and you just knit a couple rows, and then you leave it and you carry on knitting with your sock row. And you're just going to have a few little rows in there of another colored yarn. And then later, same thing, you can weave your needles through and then cut that waist yarn in the middle. So you know you're not cutting your good yarn.
Yep.
And you're not going to totally destroy your sock. And I did that on a sock I did yesterday. So I left it like this just so I could show that. So that's afterthought heel. Because that's the part that intimidates a lot of people, is the cutting part. And then once you've cut, you just take a darning needle or something, and you just stick it in the stitch and flick and just flick it all the way back.
All right,
and
perfect.
unravel it.
Good call.
Cool, eh?
Yeah.
So these will be a finished object after this podcast. I'm not going to show them again in the future because as soon as they're done, which will be in a few days, I'm going to wear them if it's sock weather. If it's hot or cool enough to wear socks.
Very cool.
Those were in.
That's pretty cute.
This is my new bag. It's no frogging. Isn't it cute? It's a little small drawstring. And this is by Crafty Mama Designs.
Oh, I like the inside.
Who is Dawn on Crafty Mama podcast. Totally blank here. Look at the inside.
That's happy.
So she sent me a note because she doesn't normally interface her bags, but she did with these because of the light color fabric on the outside. You could kind of see the dots, and
okay.
I interface my bags, so I don't mind it at all with the interfacing. It's just good. Fine. Yeah. So isn't that cute? No frogging. So I had my socks in there, and while I'm speaking of Dawn, she is so sweet. She sent me a little card, and she always puts a little treats in with her purchase, and she said, I've added a coupon code to my Etsy shop for your viewers, CO Knitters 10 for 10% off from now till August 31st. So
nice.
I
Thank
will
you, Dawn.
put that coupon code on the screen, and we'll put her shop, and we'll also put it in our Ravelry group. I'll put a thread up and just let you know about that special offer. So you can save 10% till the end of August in her shop.
Now, I would ask that if we put it up, you don't share it with...
This is for our viewers, and it was very nice of Dawn to give it to our viewers. So then, should I still put it on the screen?
I would be okay with you putting it on the screen.
Yeah, because you're viewing.
We should put it on the
Ravelry. But there are like places on Ravelry where you can put coupon offers.
There's Knitter loves freebies. Please don't share it.
Yeah, we would just ask that because this is a code she gave to our viewers, you're a viewer, by all means take advantage of this code, and yeah, just so it's not, abused. We don't want to abuse her generosity.
No, you know what, her generosity, and this is she does try and make a living from this, right?
Yep.
So yeah.
So that's awesome. Thanks, Dawn.
Yay! Thank you so much. Very appreciated.
Yeah. So that was that sock. So that's going to be a finished object. But.
Are we on finished objects already?
We're still on whips.
What are you doing?
Well, because it's technically a whip right now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
While I was on vacation, these were finished, but I redid the heels because they were just a tiny bit too big. So now they're totally finished, and I can wear them.
Yay! Those are cute.
I showed them on the last podcast, so I won't go into it again because I talked about the yarn and everything on episode 19. When we went out, so Friday was a special day.
Yay!
Because
Adrian came.
Adrian drove to Sarnia to visit us for lunch.
Went to the burger joint.
Burger
Rebellion.
Burger Rebellion at Refined Fool.
Yep.
And we had lunch and we knit, and then we came back to my house and knit for a while after. And so I cast on a sock when we were at lunch because I didn't want to take a big project with me. So I cast on another shorty. This is Yarn Cafe Creations by Christy on the Girls in the Yarn Cafe podcast. That's for the heel.
That's cute.
So this is it's called Mermaid Mini Skirt. And it's her fluffy sock base, and it's a hotter pink than it's showing.
Way hotter.
There we go.
Still hotter. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. It's really hot. It's a nice bright pink. And then there's little flecks. There's greens and tiny bits of blue and yellow and black. And when it's knit up, it'll look like this. Oh, there.
That's pretty.
That's nice, hey?
That's really
So
pretty.
I did a shorty with an afterthought heel. I did scrap yarn on this one. And then I needed a contrast, and I didn't know what to do, and we took a vote, and Lisa and Adrian both said white, so they won. But I didn't want to do just plain white.
No, that one's cute, though. That one's
So you know
really
what I did? I went into my, I have a bunch of minis.
Oh, yeah.
Like I did that swapless mini skein swap
That
last
worked
year.
out well.
So I found two minis that actually are almost the same. But they're from different dyers.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, isn't that
Did you use them for different...
totally lucky? Like they have the same. So what I did is, because they're 40 yards, so I can't get 2 heels and 2 toes out of one. So one sock I did heel and toe, and this is Yarn Ink, and this is her smitten. So this is a sample of what her smitten would look like, and I love it. Oh, look at it there.
That is so cute.
Isn't it? This is like, I want to order this now, like a whole skein of it. It's so cute. And when I started doing the heel, it kind of just didn't stand out from the sock. So I did one row in I had some Croy charcoal. It's somewhere here. So I just did a single row in the Croy charcoal and then went to the heel.
Makes
and
a big difference.
It just
It's
helps
really
it pop
cute.
a bit, doesn't it? And so I did the same with the toe. And I have
good.
like a teeny bit left over, but not enough to do both.
Mm-hmm.
There's the toe.
Yay.
So on the other sock, I'm going to use, this is Vivid Yarn Meow. And it's got little flecks of pink and
Yellow,
black and gray and little,
yeah.
here we go, tiny pops. There's a little wee bit of yellow in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be close enough.
If
That
they're looking,
on the
you know,
other
if people
toe,
are looking
exactly.
that close to your feet, boot them.
Yeah. So they were like, I just was pulling and I'm like, hey, these actually are pretty close. So that's what I'm going to do.
That'll work so well.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Totally. So I
Good
can't
thinking.
wait. So I
Good
finished
thinking.
this in like 3 days.
Man.
That's pretty good for a short sock. That's fast for me. I don't usually
Yeah.
do socks that fast. So
Let's
now I
get
want to get
them-
the other one done and wear it.
Just want to see if they match.
Yeah. Can you hear my stomach? My stomach's growling. We just had supper.
I know.
And this is in one of my bags. This is just my Flamingos
I like that
vacation
one.
bag. It's just a small drawstring bag and it's perfect for a pair of socks.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love how those turned out. I love that bright pink. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Do we have any other whips?
Nope.
Did I do all mine? I did.
We did.
And you did yours?
I did.
Finished objects.
Aha.
The best part. I talked about Asher's hat and already
Yep.
showed a picture. So I finished that and obviously don't have it. And then because we were staying at people's cottages, they were nice to
Oh, you were doing a lot.
host us.
Okay.
I did 8 dishcloths. 8. And they didn't all go to the same person. They went to various people. And I'm looking for, here it is. I bought at Michael's in Winnipeg, Karen cotton cakes.
They come in cotton now too?
Yeah. I hadn't seen these before, okay? So this one was
I think I'm gonna sneeze.
like a gradient kind of.
Oh, that's cool.
Ombre, that's the word, ombre. And it was, so I don't have, it's called Beach Glass. And
Oh,
there
that's
was like
so
a
your blues.
taupey gray, cream, and that light
Blue.
beach glass color, like that aqua turquoisey beach glass
Nice.
color. So I got 4 dishcloths out of one of these cakes.
Okay.
And it's 70% cotton, no, 60% cotton, 40% acrylic.
Okay.
It felt really nice. It didn't feel like acrylic, and I think it might be a little more durable having a little bit of acrylic in
Okay.
it. And it was a really nice spin. It was really close to Dishy, like in terms of
Okay.
the spin
Okay.
and the feel of it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it was much nicer to work with than Handicrafter, the Bernat Handicrafter. I really liked it, and like honestly, if you don't have access to Dishy or what's the one we use, Hobby Lobby, I love this cotton.
Yep.
This would be a good. I think it would just be a fine choice for a dishcloth cotton.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they have different colorways, and so they show it like there's enough in here to make like a shawl, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, oh, I'll buy one.
That's
and I
perfect.
can get a lot of dishcloths. I got 4 out of it, and there was a little wee bit left.
Perfect.
So I don't have a picture of any of them because I gave them all away, but they were all the I think they were basically Louise's Louise
simple.
Louise Patterson's super simple dishcloth, which
Say
is
that
like
really
a
fast.
no. It's just you knit it. It's garter stitch. You knit it diagonally.
Tell them. They can get the pattern.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think it's free.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but yeah, it's a basic dishcloth pattern, and I think I knit to, I can't remember now, 44
I always knit
44
to-
stitches
yeah.
across till it looked the size I wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I got
Yeah.
4 out of there.
Yeah. So
Those were my whips.
I made
And
one of.
I'm counting these as whips
There you go.
because they will be.
Okay, so this is my sockhead cowl that I made the first time.
Not
See,
the first.
That's not. No, this is my.
You can hold up a bank.
I could.
Can you see through it?
Yes. So, anyways, this is the first sockhead cowl that I made.
Not the first ever.
This is the very first one I've ever made.
Oh, I thought you'd done
Yeah.
it before.
No.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that cute with
yeah,
like a jacket?
It is. Yeah.
So this is my Worth the Drive by Adrian.
Old
I
Oak
just-
Yarns.
Yeah, Old Oak Yarns. We have a giveaway for that with local. But it's just really, it's nice. Like it's,
Yeah, I like it.
yeah.
I love that color.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the one in the last episode that we said it could be a tube top.
Yes. This is my tube top.
Yes, your tube top
But,
slash cowl.
you know what? I'm sorry. I cast off too tight.
Oh,
No
did you?
tube top.
No tube top. For
So, yeah.
a younger lady, it could be a tube top.
Yeah, so-
Nice. And you're knitting a second one.
And I'm knitting a
that was
second
the-
one
yeah.
with the other Adrian. Yeah.
See, those are good projects for if you're knitting socially,
Yep.
where you're having
Or if you're
conversations,
podcasting.
or if you're podcasting, or in the car. That's why my road trip shawl was so great in the car, because
It's easy.
you just knit.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to worry about a pattern. The only thing is, though, I didn't say with the sylph, it's a little bit splitty. Like you're going to be using it when you can't start till you start your road trip. It's a little bit splitty because the strands are not tightly twisted. No. So at first it was a lot slower for me, but it got better. But I was like you and I can both knit without looking. You're a lot better at it than me. I can knit stocking stitch, without looking, fairly well. But I was having to glance at it a lot more. Just
make sure you weren't double stitching.
More often than I usually. Yeah. And you know what was weird? It was worse on the knit side. Purling.
It must be the angle that you
I don't know if it's because the second stitch, I'd sometimes catch the second stitch.
That could be it, yeah.
I don't know. But it was easier purling than knitting. Just a weird little thing at first. New info for me.
All right, very cool.
Lovely.
Do you have any more?
No, that's all I had, but you have more.
I have more.
She's the whip queen this time.
I had nobody to talk to and hang out with.
I know, she's posting on Instagram all these things she's finishing, and I'm like,
okay, this feels like heaven. Do you want to feel heaven?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Concentric by
so nice.
Haiku, and it's,
oh my
I don't think she's giving it back.
Oh my gosh. And I didn't buy one. This is it. Okay. So, what is it?
It's just a triangular shawl, but
I'm not going to talk while you talk about it.
It's okay. Go ahead. I don't care.
It's a basic triangle.
So it's a basic triangle. Increase, 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 increase. But I started here, and I actually did a tab. And I'm not really usually a fan of tabs, but I think it worked out okay.
It worked really well on this one.
But trick, I used a bigger needle to do this bit.
Oh.
Right? Because I'm a tight knitter. That's a good tip. I am like such a tight knitter, and sometimes it ends up kited.
The garter tab doesn't quite flatten, and you really get a bump there, but that's a really good tip.
Yeah, so because I know that I knit tight, I decided to try that, see how it works.
Can you say the yarn again? Because I was over talking you.
It's Concentric by Haiku. I got it at Feather Your Nest for the local yarn store.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terry, for showing it to me.
And did they call this one Heartstrings? Was that
no?
Or did
I forget what it was called.
Okay.
I forget the color code, but it is just
it's a
so
gradient.
gorgeous.
It's a self-changing gradient cake.
It's actually, if you look really close, it's very interesting to see how it changes. And when you're knitting it, you see how it...
Yeah. Is it like the Shirley Bryan where it's
there's 4 strands.
Okay.
So 1 strand changes color, then 2 strands change color, then 3 strands, then 4. You knit for a little bit in the solid, and then it starts again. 1.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to...
So to make that... Okay, so here where it's the medium gray, it's 4 gray.
And then you go this way.
3 gray, 1 light.
Yeah.
2 and 2. 1 and 3. Like 3 light, 1 dark, and then all light. And so it's a 4-phase change.
Yeah, so it's kind of...
Love it.
I love it. I absolutely
And they
love
get,
it.
because it's getting bigger, of course, the changes shrink
smaller.
a little bit. I love it.
It's so gorgeous.
It is so soft.
I know.
Okay, the content of this, did you say
100% baby alpaca.
That's why.
That's why.
That's why. The alpaca gets you every time. But
isn't that gorgeous?
It felt nice in the cake.
Yeah,
it feels amazing.
It's amazing.
Washed and blocked.
Well, even yeah. So we're going Feather Your Nest?
No, I don't have. I have too much yarn.
I
don't have budget for.
I don't either.
There's so much I want to knit right now, but someday, or like everyone else, just knit it for me. Okay, just knit your own.
It's so gorgeous, though. I loved it, and it was easy, and I didn't have to like. I only had 2 strands to cut in, one at the front and one at the back.
Yeah, and that's nice.
Like,
yeah, because it's a good sized cake, right?
Yeah, it was amazing.
I love that.
I loved it. It was gorgeous. What else? And I did this.
Okay, this is your sweater.
Oh, my sweater. It's awesome. So, this is Uncomplicated by Alicia Plummer, and I've had it on the needles for a while. I totally forgot I had it. And it's a V-neck.
Hang on.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
But show it, because when I cover you up, you'll be really hard to hear. Okay. So we'll show it, and then you can talk about it.
Okay.
So V-neck, ribbed cuff,
ribbed bottom, ribbed, yeah.
Okay. So now.
Okay, so it's made out of linen quill by Pearl Soho, and it's their private label, and I would so buy that stuff again. It is amazing, amazing.
Gorgeous.
This is it's two colors, applied together.
It's
So-
a marl. It's pre-marled.
Yeah,
like it's a marled yarn. Are all of the yarns in this line?
There's solids. There's
Okay.
yeah, they're beautiful. There's even like a really pretty pumpkin color that I liked. Like it was a, I know, right?
You.
So yeah, it was really pretty.
Did we say the sweater is?
It is Uncomplicated by Alicia
You
Plummer.
did say that.
Yeah, I've said that a couple times because I've had it on for so long.
Just say it one more time.
Hey!
And you used
I used a 3.75 because I
for the body.
tight. Yep.
3.25
And
for the cuff.
3.25. Yeah.
So
yeah.
and hacks, you said
Okay,
you
so-
made it longer.
I'm sorry, it's not the way it's supposed to look because it's very.
You
but
make it
I
for
wanted
you.
it. I wanted something different. I tried a couple of things. I did the V-neck a little bit different here, but that's okay. I like the way it turned out.
Yep.
I made the arms longer because they were like shorter sleeves,
Okay.
and I made the body a lot longer because I wanted more of a.
So it's hard
butt
in
cover.
here to get a good for her to model it. So we took a picture
Mhm.
just before the podcast, and we'll put it in here.
Yep. So yeah,
There.
but I love it.
I
Absolutely
like
love
that you made it longer. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a bit different for me because
Oh,
I find
that's so nice.
and I was so worried that it would hit and make me look awkward, but I think I did a pretty good
I
job
think you
getting
did
it
too.
at the right
You
spot.
did a good job.
Because you know how sometimes if you hit wrong, it's like
This was top down?
oh.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Anything else?
No.
That's it.
That's it.
Are we done?
That's all she wrote. We're
Well,
done.
we have one more. We're not done.
We're not done. What are we doing?
No, because on Saturday, which today we're
Oh,
recording
yeah,
Monday
yeah.
evening. On Saturday, Blue Water Fiber Arts had a trunk show at Heaven is Handmade.
I have to airdrop those pictures.
Yeah.
Sorry. That
We'll put in pictures just after we.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh.
we went to see Sarnia and her trunk show.
It was
yeah.
awesome. Beautiful colors.
She
Gorgeous,
dyes.
gorgeous.
She dyes fiber, guys. Like not just yarn.
I took a couple of pictures.
She actually started dyeing fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got pictures too. I took some too. And I bought two skeins. So one was, she posted this on Instagram when I was on vacation. It's called Koi Pond. And it is just brilliant.
Do you know what?
Look at
she
that.
had one. It was called Flutter, and it had orange heels with it.
Yeah,
Would those orange heels not look amazing with that?
it would. Like a
Oh.
bright orange mini skein
Yeah,
for
love,
toes.
love it.
Heels and toes.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. So I had to get that. I saw it on
Never see the
Instagram.
one you got too, right there.
Right here.
Yep.
She posted this on Facebook the day or 2 days before her
Oh,
trunk
okay.
show.
What's it called?
Okay. Well, she didn't
Oh,
have a
was-
name, so she
wait.
asked for naming ideas, and I took one look at it and I said, "Oh, it looks like crocuses in the snow, like in Manitoba."
Oh, good call.
The provincial flower is the crocus, and it comes out like there's often still snow, or it snows after it's melted. And so if you look at this beautiful violet color
and the
some
greens
greens
to
and
go
yellows,
with it.
like it's just
Things are getting wild in here now.
it's beautiful. Look at the colors in there
It's gorgeous.
on the cream.
That's
Like that.
beautiful.
Oh, I could do so much with these colors, but I think I'll do a sock with it. I don't
There you
know.
go.
But I bought the MCN
Come on.
because MCN.
Now this one here, I like the name of.
Koi Pond?
Yeah, maybe smile.
I do too. So yeah. So she had I think she had a good day. I haven't talked to her
I hope
since.
she had a good day.
It was busy. There
it was
were
pretty busy
yeah, a
when
lot
I
of people
first got
coming
there.
in. Yeah. So congrats, Sonia, on your
trunk show.
trunk show. And she also, we mentioned earlier, she's
Mm-hmm.
doing a special like series for the yarn shop. It's all
Yep.
Sarnia themed. So her first
Oh.
was Canatera Beach.
Yeah.
And way back, I don't know what episode, it was in the fall. No, it was a year ago because it was before Shauna moved. I did a shawl out of Canatera Beach for our friend Shauna.
her, yeah.
And it's just gorgeous. Then she did Cemetery Row, and now she's done a special one called LYS, I think.
Yep.
And it's inspired by the two
gorgeous.
ladies.
Yep.
Yeah. So Janice and Caitlin at Heaven is Handmade. Janice loves like the golds and rusts and those kind of colors. And Caitlin loves purple.
It's beautiful.
So that's
Good
available
job.
at the yarn shop, exclusive to the yarn shop.
One talented girl
Yeah.
like her.
So if you're in Sarnia or coming here, pop in to Heaven is Handmade and see those. And now I think
We're done.
that's everything that we were going to talk about.
Holy cow.
And not bad considering we haven't done this for 4 weeks.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll put a few pictures up. My bag shop, it's going to stay on holidays for a few more weeks because I want to do more sewing. Like what was in there was just stuff that's been in there for a while.
Yeah.
And I have
you have guests right now.
I have company and yeah,
it's
so
too many people.
when you're gone in August and I'm lonely, I'm gonna sit and knit.
You can sew.
Or sew and knit, but I am gonna do some sewing. And I have fabric that's been piling up for
Do you
months.
also have some that's already cut?
Oh, I've got some already cut to sew,
Yeah.
but I've got a whole bunch of new fabrics, so I want to do a few different
Oh,
bags.
good, okay.
And then I'll just reopen probably when we podcast again at the end of August.
Okay.
Um,
That's going to be a biggie.
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we didn't do too bad this time. Just quickly, upcoming events. There is Fiber Spirit
Yep.
in
August
Barrie,
25th.
right up on my bulletin board. August 25th, 10 to 4:30
Yeah.
at the Barrie Curling Club,
Yep.
and it's called Fiber Spirit. We're not planning, well, she'll be away. We're not planning on going to that. And then Kitchener, the Kitchener Waterloo.
First full weekend.
Kitchener Waterloo Knitters Fair is in September 10th, I think, this year. We'll be there. It's, I think, going to be a good show. It usually is. We've gone to Kitchener a few times, so hopefully we'll see you there. And I haven't even looked. Where are they having it again? At the arena again? Okay.
The odd.
Yeah. And I know there's going to be a like the micro market for like just tables
That
for the
was cool.
smaller vendors. Yeah. So that's a really good show. And then October will be Woodstock.
That's one of my favorites.
Me
so
too.
I don't, yeah.
So those are the events that we kind of have planned. We know a lot of people will be talking Rhinebeck right away and working on their Rhinebeck sweaters and, you know, other things. And we have no plans to go to Rhinebeck this year. We'd like to go someday, but it won't be this year.
Nope.
So I think that's about it. That's all.
That's
It's like, it
Until
feels
the
like
end
a
of
lot,
August.
but it feels like there's something else. But
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
That's it until the end of August.
All right. Well, have a good summer.
Yeah.
Make
Have some
time to make something.
Happy knitting.
Bye.
Bye.